Hi students, now we are going to discuss the properties of the scalar product. The first one, we know that the scalar product of two vectors A and B is represented by A dot B, and also we know that this is equal to the magnitude of A multiplied by the magnitude of B and the cosine value of the angle between the two vectors. Now this A dot B may be positive or negative. So this is positive. So A dot B is positive if theta is acute angle. So it is a acute angle, and it is negative if the value of theta is obtuse. So acute means less than 90, obtuse means greater than 90 up to 180. And the second property. Now you have studied commutative law, is it not? What is the value of A dot B is given once again as what? A B cos theta. So this is modulus of A into modulus of B into cos of theta, that is equal to A B cos theta. Now what is the value of B dot A then? B dot product with A, B dot A is equal to modulus of B, okay, modulus of B into modulus of A into cos of theta. So modulus of A is B, modulus of A vector is A into cos theta. So this is once again equal to what? A into B into cos theta. Only the terms are written in changing the order, that's all. So both are one and the same. Therefore I can write, therefore A vector dot product B vector is also equal to B vector dot product A vector. So this law is called as commutative law of vector multiplication. Commutative law of vector multiplication. So the dot product of two vectors obey the commutative law. This is the second property. Now the third property is distributive law. So I am going to write the distributive law. So A is dot product with the sum of two vectors, B vector and C vector. So I take the dot product of vector A with the sum of two vectors B and C. And it is found that this is equal to, okay, this is now equal to A vector dot product B vector plus A vector dot product C vector, and this is known as distributive law. So you have to remember always while preparing for examination the sequence of properties 1, 2 and 3 together as one set of properties. Okay students, now the next 4 properties will be another sequence. Together you have to remember, okay. So the fourth one, once again I am going to write A vector dot product B vector is equal to A B cos theta. And cos theta is equal to, therefore cos theta is equal to vector A dot B divided by AB. Therefore the angle theta is equal to cos inverse of vector A dot B divided by A into B. So this is an expression to find out, okay, the angle between the two vectors, to measure the angle between the two vectors. Okay, so now the next one is fourth property. Okay, fourth property. Depending upon this angle, easy to remember the next 3 points. What are the various values of the angles I am going to take? Theta is equal to 0, theta equal to 90 and theta equal to 180 degree I am going to consider. That is the next sequence. So including this, the remaining 3 properties you remember as the sequence. So the next property is 5. So this is property number 5. So if theta is equal to 0 degree, then what is cos theta equal to? Cos theta is equal to cos 0 is equal to 1. Therefore, what is A dot B equal to? This is equal to A into B into 1, that is equal to AB. And this is the maximum value of the dot product. So when is the dot product of two vectors will be maximum? So this is a maximum, okay, value of A dot B. So the maximum value of the dot product occurs when theta is equal to 0 degree. That is when both A and B are acting in the same direction. Okay. Next point is number 6. So if theta is equal to 180 degree, 180 degree, okay. So cos theta is now equal to cos of 180 degree, that is equal to minus 1. So cos theta value becomes minus 1. Therefore, what is A dot B now equal to? A dot B is equal to AB into minus 1. That is equal to minus of AB. And this is the minimum value attained by the dot product. So this is the minimum value of the dot product of the two vectors, that is A dot B. Understand? So the minimum value is minus of AB. And now the next is property number 7. If theta is equal to 90 degree, so cos theta is now equal to cos 90. Okay. So cos 90 is equal to what? 0. When two vectors are perpendicular to each other, then the dot product A dot B. Therefore, A dot B is now equal to A B into cos theta is 0. So that is equal to 0. Is it not? Therefore, A dot B is equal to 0. So such vectors which are perpendicular to each other are called as orthogonal vectors. So perpendicular to each other, that is perpendicular vectors are called as okay, orthogonal vectors. So these are the 7 properties we have studied, and the next sequence of properties I am going to explain again after erasing the board. Yes, now 7 properties are over. So the 8th property is based on self dot product of a vector. So far we were taking the dot product of two different vectors. Now the dot product of a given vector with itself, that is called a self dot product. So the given vector is A. I am taking the dot product with A itself. So this is called a self dot product of vector A. So A dot A must be equal to A into cos of, what is the angle between the given vector and the same vector? It must be equal to cos of 0. Cos 0 is equal to 1, is it not? Therefore, this must be equal to A square. So, A square is equal to vector A dot vector A. Therefore, A must be equal to square root of vector A dot A, and this is nothing but equal to modulus of the given vector. This is called as norm of the vector, A. This is one of the properties. Now the next property, number 9, I am going to consider the unit vectors. So the next property is based on the unit vectors along the direction. Okay, unit vectors I cap, j cap and k cap. These are the unit vectors along the 3 axes, namely x, y and z axis. Okay, in a 3-dimensional Cartesian coordinate system. So I will consider one vector is y and another vector is x. The third vector is z. So in the Cartesian coordinate system, x-axis, y-axis and z-axis must be chosen such that they are mutually perpendicular to each other. Also, from x to y, y to x, the direction should be anti-clockwise. X to y, then y to z, then z to x. So this direction also is very important. Okay, students. So this is in the anti-clockwise direction. You cannot choose in whatever way you wish. You have to choose such that these x, y and z are in the anti-clockwise direction. Now, the unit vector along the direction of x-axis is denoted by I cap. And the unit vector along the direction of y-axis is j cap. And that along the z-axis is what? K cap. So, the next property is based on this unit vectors. So, I will take I cap dot product I cap. So, this is equal to 1, okay? Because I into cos 0. Cos 0 is equal to 1. So, this is the magnitude of this I cap is what? So, this is modulus of I cap. Is it not? The modulus of I cap into modulus of I cap into cos 0. So, into cos 0 is equal to 1. Therefore, this is equal to modulus of unit vector is 1 into, okay, into this is also 1 into cos 0 is also equal to 1. So, this I dot I is equal to 1. In the same way, now j cap, okay, dot product j cap must also be equal to 1 and k cap dot product k cap must also be equal to 1. Because the modulus of this I cap is 1, modulus of I cap is 1, cos 0 is equal to 1. So, I dot I is equal to 1, j dot j is equal to 1 and k dot k is also equal to 1. Suppose in the case of orthogonal unit vectors, okay, I will take the property number 10. So, this is property number 10. I cap dot product j cap. In the same picture, I have drawn already that these three vectors I cap, j cap and k cap are mutually perpendicular to each other. So, all the three are considered to be orthogonal unit vectors. So, I consider orthogonal unit vectors. So, property number 10 is based on the concept orthogonal unit vectors. Okay. So, for orthogonal unit vectors, you take the dot product I dot j. Okay. What is the I dot j? So, this I cap and j cap are perpendicular to each other. So, what is the angle between I and j now? It is 90. So, this is equal to modulus of I cap into modulus of j cap into cos 90. Cos 90 is 0. So, 1 into 1 into 0. Therefore, this is equal to 0. Similarly, j dot, okay, j dot k. You see here, j and k also are perpendicular to each other. So, the angle between them is 90. That must be equal to 0. Similarly, k dot I or I dot k, in all these cases, the value is 0. So, up to 10 properties are over. Now, the last and the next 11th property is based on the component of vectors. So, the component form of vectors I am going to consider. So, in two-dimensional Cartesian coordinate system, any given vector has two components. In the three-dimensional Cartesian coordinate system like the x, y and the z system, the given vector can be resolved into three components. Say for example, I will take a vector A is having three components. One is the x component of A, namely Ax, and the unit vector along the x direction is I cap, plus Ay is the y component, okay, into j cap is the unit vector along the y axis, plus Az, okay, Az into k cap. Similarly, I will consider another vector B is equal to. So, B is also having three components. So, the component x component is Bx into I cap plus By into j cap plus Bz into k cap. Now, I am going to take the dot product of these two vectors. So, A dot B is now equal to ax into I cap, okay, plus ay into j cap plus az into k cap dot product with bx into I cap plus by into j cap plus bz into k cap. Okay students, now there are three terms in the first bracket and three terms in the second bracket. Suppose if you multiply means the first term ax should be multiplied with three terms, ay should be multiplied with three terms, and az also should be multiplied with three terms. So what is the total number of terms expected on the right hand side? 9 terms should be there, is it not? Out of the 9 terms, some of the terms get cancelled. Why? Because we are taking the dot product, is it not? So if you take the dot product of I cap dot I cap, I dot I is equal to 1. And if you take I cap dot product j cap, it is 0. And I cap dot product k cap, that also will become 0. So only a few terms will remain. So what are all the terms? Now you see here, this I cap dot I cap, then j cap dot j cap, and k cap dot k cap, that only will remain, is it not? So now this will be equal to ax into bx. So the magnitude ax into magnitude bx into I dot I is equal to 1, I dot j equal to 0, I dot k is equal to 0. So only the first term is remaining, plus ay, okay, ay, this ay j cap, okay, dot I cap is 0, j cap dot j cap, so that is by. Then j cap dot k will become 0. Similarly, the third term is az into bz. So only 3 terms are remaining, okay, the other 6 terms get cancelled. Okay students, all these 11 properties you have to remember thoroughly. These are the properties of the scalar product or the dot product of two vectors. I hope you will remember. Fine.